Everybody's favorite scowly private detective is back in Jessica Jones Season 2, and as much as we enjoyed the further adventures of the once and future Defender, we do have a few questions about the new season. Let's break them down. In what wasn't that much of a surprise, considering he was in the new season's advertising campaign, David Tennant made his return as the villainous Kilgrave for one episode. It turns out that some kind of subconscious manifestation of the Purple Man is still lurking inside her mind, and he spends the episode pushing her to do harm, to live her worst life, if you will. By the end of the episode, Jessica prevails in this psychic tug-of-war and refuses to stoop to Kilgrave's level. The day seemingly won, Kilgrave disappears and isn't seen again for the rest of the season. But is he still somewhere in Jessica's noggin, waiting for another moment of weakness on her part so he can come jabbering out again? If so, will he be there forever, immortal in a sense? Maybe we'll find out more in Season 3. Jessica has long believed that her family died when she was still a kid, but this season reveals that her mom is still alive, and superpowered, and maybe kinda sorta evil, and also is really into sangria. It turns out Alyssa Jones didn't perish in that car accident, but actually wound up being experimented on by IGH, the same shady organization that gave her daughter powers. But Alyssa was so badly burned in the accident that the genetic alteration administered by Dr. Carl Malice didn't just enhance her strength, but also altered her face, so much that her own daughter doesn't recognize her. But she still has the same voice, presumably, which begs the question, why didn't Jessica recognize Alyssa when they first met in that bar? After all, it's her mother, whose death has crippled her emotionally in the decade plus since it happened. You'd think there'd be a spark there, but nope. Jessica's biggest takeaway from the encounter is that Alyssa's wearing a wig. The big mystery that kicked off the season involved tracking down IGH, the secret research group that gave Jessica her powers. But that arc just sort of petered out, didn't it? Was IGH really just a couple of doctors, one of whom used to be a Cylon? Oh yeah, and a few other operatives like Will Simpson. Poor old Will Simpson. Kind of a letdown after 2 seasons of mystery. As fans know, Jessica's best pal Trish Walker, well, ex-best pal, is actually the superhero known as Hellcat in the comics. And while those same fans continue to hope that Trish will suit up on Jessica Jones, so far they've been out of luck. But still, a hint in the final moments of Season 2 indicates that may still happen. Trish spent most of the season looking for a way to enhance her abilities, even resorting to sucking on some dangerous IGH drug. But Trish's misguided efforts just might have paid off. When we last see her, she drops her phone only to instinctively catch it with her foot and then flip it back up into her hand. Either she just got really lucky on that one, or there's a pair of bright yellow tights in her future. Though, then again, this is the Netflix Marvel Universe, so it'll probably just be like a yellow leather jacket or something. Yes, this is Jessica Jones Season 2 and not The Defenders Season 2, but still, we were surprised that Jessica didn't have much to say, if anything really, about the crazy events of that team-up show that had her hanging out with a blind ninja who wears red, a rich hippie who can focus his chi into a weapon, and of course, her old pal Luke. There was also that whole Dragon Bones and Saving New York City thing that you'd think might have come up too. Sure, Jessica isn't exactly one to brag, but you'd think that experience would at least be referred to at some point in the season, if only for the synergy of the Marvel Netflix universe's sake. Those were our biggest WTF questions coming out of Jessica Jones Season 2. What were yours? Let us know in the comments, and for more on Jessica Jones, check out our explanation of this season's ending and what we thought of the risky approach to the villain. And as always, be sure to follow and subscribe to IGN for everything that's going on in the Marvel Universe, on page or on screen.